Well, of course, we look at the data on a daily basis. That hasn't changed over the Christmas period, but there will be no further measures before the new year. We won't be taking any further measures. Of course, people should remain cautious as we approach New Year celebrations, and take a lateral flow test if that makes sense. Celebrate outside if you can. Have some ventilation indoors if you can. Please remain cautious. And when we get into the new year, of course, we will see then whether we do need to take any further measures, but nothing more until then, at least. Well, we look at the data on a daily basis. We get the very best advice from our scientists, NHS friends, and we put all that together. And whilst, of course, yes, there is still a lot of uncertainty around this variant, it is growing fast. We think some 90% of cases now across England are this new Omicron variant. So it shows you just how quickly it has spread. We have had news in recent days that it's milder. Now, that in itself isn't good news enough. That's good news, but we know that it spreads very rapidly, so we have to set that news against that. But whilst we should all absolutely remain cautious, we don't think there's any need for any further measures until the new year. But of course, we will keep that under review. It's for each country that makes up the United Kingdom to decide how it wants to go forward. So, for example, in England, we decided back in July that we would open up in the summer. I think we look back now, that has been the right decision. We are very, very focused on vaccinations. Our antivirals program has started. As the UK, we now have almost 5 million courses of antivirals. That's more per head than any other country in Europe. We are testing more than any country in Europe, and that helps us to keep us safe. So vaccinations, antivirals, testing regime, and cautious behaviour that we're seeing, people's changing in habits as we've seen over Christmas. This will all help to limit spread, but of course we will watch carefully what is happening in the hospitals. We're working to build hospital capacity as well and continue to do that, but we'll watch the situation very carefully, and should in the future we need to act, of course we won't hesitate to do so. Well, yes, since we learned about Omicron, our strategy has been to buy time to assess it and time to build our defences. And whilst there's still a lot of uncertainty around this new variant, we do know that our very best form of defence is vaccination. Now, sadly, when we look at the latest hospital admissions, a disproportionate number of those people are unvaccinated, and when you look at those requiring the most intensive care, even more are unvaccinated. We know that 2 vaccines aren't quite enough, but you're having 3 doses is excellent protection. The NHS has done a fantastic job, especially over the last few weeks, working with the military, with volunteers, in offering more and more vaccinations across the country. Over 30 million people boosted, 75% of eligible adults now boosted. That's more than any other country in Europe, but we still need more people to come forward. And we've got 1.5 million slots available over the next few days across England. It's never been so easy to go and get, whether it's your first vaccine shot, your second, or your booster shot. So can I please say to people, please do come forward, get vaccinated, protect yourselves, protect your loved ones, and protect your community.